Okay, so today we are going to start with question number four, and we'll be doing question number four onwards, all the questions from question number four onwards. And these questions belong to the exercise 22B, which further belong to the book class ninth ICSE, Selena Publications Maths. And it is written by Mr. R.K. Bansal. So you could refer all the problems that I'm about to do from that book. Okay, so let's start. So our first question states that find tan angle DBC. So for most of you, you might find this easy, referring to angles or sides alphabet. But according to me, I find referring these angles simply as theta, alpha, gamma, etc. of Greek alphabets. So I can say, and it is possible, that I can say that tan angle DBC, I'll assume angle DBC as phi. It's a symbol. We are not to go in that topic now. So it's a symbol. So phi is equal to angle DBC. So it is saying the tan angle DBC, which is tan phi. So find tan phi. So first we'll find angle DBC. So angle DBC is this angle, and we have assumed this as phi. And it's telling us that find tan phi. So what do we do? One sec. I'll just rub this. So the first part of the first question, the fourth question is asking us that find tan phi. What does tan phi mean? The alphabet, the angle in the tan phi says that with respect to angle phi, tell us tan phi. In earlier videos, I have posted that there are 6 formulas, 3 complex, 3 simple. One of the 3 simple formulas are tan theta. What does tan theta stand for? In a right angle triangle, perpendicular upon base is the formula for tan theta. So what tan phi is asking us that with respect to angle phi, tell us perpendicular upon base. Now earlier in earlier videos, I had mentioned and I'd referred that all the angles that are given to you, and you have to find, say for example, tan or sine or cosecant, all those angles which you are to refer with respect to, get them to the ground, not to the air. What do I mean by that? So say for example, this angle here is in the ground. Okay, there's no problem in that. But the 90 degree is in the air. So all we'll do is we bring the 90-degree down. So all we'll do is we adjust this figure in such a way that the 90 degree is down as well as this phi angle is down. So how will that be? So that will be like this. This is a 90-degree angle. So this is a 90-degree angle. Angle CDB is equal to 90 degree. So angle CDB is 90 degrees. So our phi should be to the ground. If it were to the air, most of you have no difficulty in telling that if you want to readjust the figure, if the tan phi is saying you that with respect to angle phi, tell us tan phi. So most of you might wonder if it is to the air, there's no problem getting to the figure down. I'll assume perpendicular as base and base as perpendicular, and then you find the tan phi. But most of you had trouble understanding figures, so I've just readjusted the figure such as the phi is towards the ground. Angle should be towards the ground. For me, I find that simple. So our angle DBC is phi. Our CB is 3 centimeters. So a note to the viewers that the side that is directly opposite to 90 degree. So our CB is 3 centimeter, and the side that is directly opposite to the 90-degree angle is always and always known as hypotenuse. So the angle, the side that is directly opposite to the 90 degree is always known as hypotenuse. So this will be is equal to 3 centimeter, and CB is equal to 3 centimeter. So therefore this will be CB, and the remaining vertex will be A. So our triangle is labeled and all is well to go. So the next step that we have to take is that we have to find tan phi. So with respect to angle phi, and make sure that it is towards the ground. Okay, it's towards the ground. With respect to angle phi, tell us perpendicular upon base. The base and the perpendicular is not given to us. So we'll assume one of them as x. So in this case, I'll assume perpendicular I'll assume perpendicular as x, or let's say that I'll assume, yeah, perpendicular as x. So what does perpendicular x mean? CA is a perpendicular which is equal to x. So therefore, pardon. This is not A, this is D. Sorry. This is D. It's not A, this is D. So CD is a perpendicular of the triangle CDB, and CD is equal to perpendicular, which is x. So we'll write that down. And then we'll find this part. But to find this part, first what we have to do, we have to look at the triangle ABC. We first have to look at triangle ACB. So ACB states ACB. So in triangle ACB, the perpendicular and the base is given. There's no correlation between the triangle ABC and tan phi, but it is part of the process. So hypotenuse is not given to us. So by the Pythagoras theorem, we have to find a hypotenuse, that is. So to find the hypotenuse in triangle ABC, first we have to find the Pythagoras theorem. The Pythagoras theorem is a square is equal to p square plus b square. Okay. And then the first thing that you should do is not write the Pythagoras theorem, but you have to write the Pythagoras theorem in the alphabetical order. So what is 8 square in triangle ABC? In triangle ACB, let's assume that. So in triangle ACB, the hypotenuse is AC. So AC whole square is equal to P square, which is AB. AB whole square plus CB whole square, which is the base. So AC whole square is equal to AB whole square plus CB whole square. This is the alphabetical order in which we have arranged according to the Pythagoras theorem. And the Pythagoras theorem itself states that A square is equal to P square plus B square. Then P square, as it is stated here in this question, that P square is AB, which is 4 whole square, plus CB whole square, which is the base whole square, which is 3 whole square. 3 whole square. And then finally, 4 whole square is equal to 4 into 4, that is 16, plus 3 whole square, which is 3 into 3, and it is 9. So 8 square is equal to 16 plus 9. Simple addition, and you get 25 is equal to 8 square. Now the square in the LHS, this is known as LHS, this is known as the RHS. LHS is left hand side, RHS is right hand side. So the left hand side's square on top of each will go to the right hand side and become root. So root 25. Now in square root, you must have learned about roots. So 5 into 5 is equal to 25. So therefore root 25 can I say is equal to 5 centimeter. So therefore h is equal to 5 centimeter. So therefore AC, that is the hypotenuse for triangle ACB, is 5 centimeters. So what have we achieved? What significance we have achieved in solving this hypotenuse? So earlier we had assumed that DC, that is our base, we had assumed base perpendicular as our x. And then we had mentioned that what other part, we have to find the other part also. So the other part will be 5 minus x. If this is x, so therefore 5 minus x will be a other part of the hypotenuse AC. Why did I do so? Because x is a value, we'll find that later on. So x is a value, and when you add this value with the other part, we have to get 5. Add such a number to x that you get 5, that is 5 minus x. Okay. So once we have done this, we will solve our base. So I would advise you to please write this down. So the whole aim of this problem, the whole aim of this delay of time is to find the base. So once we have found out the base, according to the Pythagoras theorem, we'll find the perpendicular. And once we're good to go, once we have found out the perpendicular and the base, we will solve tan phi, that is tan DBC. And that will solve our first question. So let's start. So this triangle over here, we have to find its base. So all we have to do is, we have to, according to the Pythagoras theorem, find the base. So to find the base, I have labeled the parts of this whole huge triangle, that is triangle ABC. We have divided it into two parts, that is triangle DBC and triangle DAB, that is DAB. So all we are trying to do is find the perpendicular and the base. In triangle DCB, we have assumed the perpendicular as x and we have to find the base. So in order to find the base, all we have to do is that we have to find our Pythagoras theorem. All we have to do is we have to, with the help of Pythagoras theorem, find the base. So in the first part, this is the first part. So in the first part, CB whole square, which is our hypotenuse whole square, is equal to DC whole square, which is a perpendicular whole square, plus DB whole square, that is base whole square. Okay, so this is the alphabetical order Pythagoras theorem, and it simply simplifies to h square is equal to p square plus b square. Okay. Now CB whole square is 3 whole square is equal to DC whole square. DC is perpendicular, which is x. So DC whole square is equal to x whole square plus DB whole square. This is DB, the base of the triangle DBC, but it is not given to us. So we'll assume it as DB whole square only. Then furthermore, we had simplified it further. The 3 whole square becomes 9 and x whole square becomes x square. X into x is x square. And 9 minus x square. Why? Because x square from the RHS came to the LHS and obtained a negative sign. So this is the formula. This is the Pythagoras theorem for the base for the first part of the triangle. Now we'll move on to the second part of the triangle. That is in the same. So the situation is same in both of the triangles. What it means is that in triangle DCB, the base is missing, the perpendicular is missing. Also in triangle DAB, that is DAB, the perpendicular is also missing and the base is also missing. And the author has only given us the hypotenuse, which is the side that is directly opposite to the 90-degree. So we have assumed the perpendicular DA in triangle DAB as 5 minus x because we needed a value that if added to x will give us 5 centimeters. That is 5 minus x. So with the help of the Pythagoras theorem, we'll find our base. So AB whole square is our hypotenuse whole square is equal to AD whole square. That is our perpendicular whole square plus DB whole square. That is our base whole square. So AB whole square is h whole square and our h is 4. So therefore our h square is 4 whole square is equal to 5 minus x whole square. What this means is that AD is equal to 5 minus x. So p square will be 5 minus x whole square plus db whole square. The base is not given to us, so we'll assume it as db, and db whole square means db whole square. And finally, we have simplified the second formula, the second part of the Pythagoras theorem, as 4 whole square is equal to 16. Why? Because 4 into 4, according to the 4 number tables, is that 4 into 4 is 16. Minus 5 minus x square. Why? Because the, okay, so this will be is equal to, pardon. This will be is equal to, so RHS, the 5 minus x whole square from the RHS will move to the LHS. Here its symbol is plus, but here it will go here and it will obtain the symbol as minus. Now all we have to do is we have to combine these formulas together. How? In both the cases, the base is the same and the aim, in India we call aim as maksat. So the maksat of this things that we are doing is that we have to find the base. But in both the triangles, the base is the same and our aim, the maksat, is same in both of the triangles. db whole square is equal to 9 minus x square for the first part of the triangle ABC, and db whole square is equal to 16 minus 5 minus x whole square is equal to db whole square for the second part of the triangle ABC. So can I say that if db whole square is same in both parts of these Pythagoras theorem, so can I say that 9 minus x square is equal to 16 minus 5 minus x whole square? Why? Because db whole square is equal to db whole square, and in both the triangles the base is the same, the side is the same. So all we have to do is we have to assume we have to assume that db whole square and db whole square is given that it is same. So 9 minus x square is equal to 16 minus 5 minus x whole square. So let's solve this formula. So I have solved this equation. Don't worry, I'll go through, I'll tell you and advise you step by step process that I've taken to solve this formula. So once we have assumed that db whole square is equal to db whole square, 9 minus x square is equal to 60 minus 5 minus x whole square. So we'll open this bracket first. So you must have learned in identities in 7th or 8th that a minus b whole square is equal to a square plus b square minus 2ab. So this is the a, this is the b. So 9 minus x square we leave as it is equal to 16 minus 25. Why? Because a square plus b square, that is 5 whole square plus x whole square, and we have further simplified it to 25 because 5 into 5 is 25. So 25 plus b whole square, that is x square, minus 2ab. So 5 into x, 2 into 5 into x, that is 10x, will be our 2ab. So once we have done this, so 9 minus x square is equal to 16, and we'll open the bracket. So minus and plus minus, minus and plus minus, minus and minus is plus. Minus and plus is minus, minus and minus is plus. So 9 minus x square is equal to 16 minus 25 minus x square plus 10x. So why have I cancelled out x square? Because once the LHS x square goes to the RHS x square, or either way, in either of the situations x square will get cut. Why? Because minus x square, if it goes this side, it will become plus x square. So plus x square minus x square is 0. Same will happen in the either process. So x square and x square get cut. All we have remaining is 9 is equal to 16 minus 25 plus 10x. 16 minus 25 is minus 9, and minus 9 goes to the LHS and becomes 18. All we have remaining is 18 is equal to 10x. So 18 is equal to 10x. And according to the linear equation formula, 18 is equal to 10x. So the 10 from the RHS will be divided by 18 over here, and it will become 18 upon 10 is equal to x. And we further divide it, and it becomes 9 by 5. And don't forget the units. So the our x will be 9 by 5 centimeter is equal to x. So we'll write that down. So x is equal to 9 by 5 centimeters. Now don't get so jolly, because all we have done is we have found out the perpendicular, which is 9 upon 5 centimeters. But once we have achieved the significance that we have found out the perpendicular, so a perpendicular, that is CD, is equal to 9 by 5 centimeters. Our CB is equal to 3 centimeters. So with according to h square is equal to p square plus b square, that is a Pythagoras theorem, we'll find our base. So I'll just write that down. Okay, so I hope you copied all those formulas that I displayed earlier. And what I have in front of me is the answer to the first part. That is that in triangle CDB, I have removed the base. Finally. So CB whole square is equal to CD whole square plus DB whole square. And in Pythagoras theorem, this translates to h square is equal to p square plus b square. Now h square is given to us, that is 3 whole square, is equal to CD whole square is given to us as we have calculated earlier, that is 9 upon 5 centimeter whole square, plus DB whole square, which is still not yet given to us, and that is the main purpose of this formula, this Pythagoras theorem that we have done. So 3 whole square is 9 is equal to 9 upon 5 square, that is 9 upon 5 whole square can be translated to 9 square upon 5 square. 9 square upon 5 square is 81 upon 25. So 9 is equal to 81 upon 25, and from RHS it came to LHS, so it changed from plus to minus. So that is the reason why it became 9 upon 1 minus 81 upon 25. Why 9 upon 1? Because 9 upon 1, 9 can also be written as 9 upon 1. Same as for every number in the maths. So 9 upon 1 minus 81 upon 25's final answer is 144 upon 25 is equal to dB whole square. So the square in the RHS goes to the LHS and becomes root. So whole root 144 upon 25 becomes 12 upon 5. Why? Because 144 into 144. 12 into 12 can also be written as 144, and 5 into 5 can also be written as 25. So how this looks like is 144 upon 25 whole root is equal to dB. dB is our base. So 144. 12 into 12 can also be written as 144. And 25 can also be written as 5 into 5, which is 5. So 12 upon 5 centimeters is equal to our base. That is dB. So finally, we have solved our answer. So we have gotten dB as 12 upon 5 centimeters. So there's no difference if you apply the Pythagoras theorem in this triangle, triangle CDB, and there's no difference in triangle ADB if you apply the Pythagoras theorem in ADB or CDB triangles to find the base, because the base is the common side in both of these parts of the same triangle, that is ABC. So you could apply the Pythagoras theorem in any one of those triangles. I've chosen DBC, you could choose ADB, and by solving Pythagoras theorem in ADB also, you could solve the base. So once you solve the base, what did we achieve? We have achieved that tan phi is angle DBC. So with respect to angle phi, angle DBC, tell us tan phi, that is perpendicular upon base. So I'll just draw the figure earlier we had drawn. So I would just advise you to just copy all this. So I have readjusted the figure such as the 90 degrees to the ground as well as phi is towards the ground. So if phi is towards the ground, the next question arises that with respect to angle phi, what do we find? We find tan phi, that is tan angle DBC, aka phi. So tan phi basically means that with respect to angle phi, tell us perpendicular upon base. So our perpendicular upon base is, perpendicular is 9 upon 5. Whole divided by base, that is dB, which is 12 upon 5. So by further simplifying it, we get 5 goes up and it becomes 9 into 5, and the denominator here 5 comes down and it becomes 12 into 5. So 5 is cut, and it is divisible by 3. So 3 3s are 9 and 4 3s are 12. So our final answer for tan phi, that is tan angle DBC, is 3 upon 4. Okay. So this is our first question. And then a second question arises that then what is sine angle DBA? In this question, we'll assume angle DBA as, we'll assume angle DBA as theta. Okay. So we'll find which is angle DBA. So I'll just clear up this mess. So we'll find in the triangle ADB which is our angle DBA. So our DBA is DBA. So this, let's see. Okay. So angle DBA, this is theta. We have assumed as theta over here. And it is asking us what is sine theta. Now, before you solve sine theta, all you have to remember is that bring theta to the ground. In this case, it is to the ground. So I'll just rearrange this figure such that it is like this. And our hypotenuse, that is the side that is directly opposite to the right angle, triangle is 4 centimeters. So I'll write that down. And our 12 upon 5 centimeters dB, that is a base. So our 4 centimeter, that is a hypotenuse, is AB. Okay. So this is AB. So then we get the clue that the missing labeling, the final alphabet will be D. So our DB will be, as we have solved earlier, 12 upon 5. And our AD is 5 upon 5 minus X. Oops, we haven't solved 5 minus X yet. We had earlier calculated that our X was 9 upon 5 centimeter. So all we have to do is we have to solve 5 minus X. That is 5 minus 9 upon 5, which will give us 16 upon 5. So we'll write that right here. And our AD is 16 upon 5 centimeters. The units are very important. So 12 upon 5 centimeters. And with respect to angle theta, and theta should be to the ground. It is the important thing that I mentioned. So it is not basically a rule that the angles present in the triangle should be to the ground when the questions refer to them. But I find it simple because we have to rearrange the figure and then it becomes more simple, not complicated. For all those of people who find this method easier, I would advise you to follow this rule or method that I've created myself. So theta is towards the ground, check. And all we have to do is we have to find sine theta, that is angle DBA. So sine theta states that with respect to angle theta, tell us sine theta, that is perpendicular upon hypotenuse. So perpendicular upon hypotenuse. So our perpendicular, that is AD, is 16 upon 5. So we'll write that down. And our hypotenuse is 4. So in the denominator of the numerator of this whole fraction, 5 will come down. So it will become 16, 4 into 5. And 4 fours are 16. So our final answer for the second part of the first question will be 4 upon 5. So our fourth question is done. And we move on to our fifth question. Okay. So our fifth question states, find cos ABC. So when I see cos angle ABC, all you have to do is you can assume it as any Greek alphabet. So we'll assume this as phi again. We'll assume this as phi again. So cos angle ABC, we'll find which is cos angle ABC. So cos angle ABC. So this is cos angle ABC. This is angle ABC, which is phi. So we'll write phi. And it's telling us that find cos angle ABC. What cos theta basically means is base upon hypotenuse. So base, we will take, so all you have to remember is we'll take this triangle into consideration, that is triangle AB, and I'll name this myself, I'll label this myself, that is ABD. So in triangle ABD, the angle phi is not towards the ground, and this can also be written as 90. So the angle phi is not towards the ground. So all I'll do is I'll rearrange the triangle in such a form that the phi is towards the ground. So this will be like this. And this is angle phi. And the side that is directly opposite to the 90 degrees, always known as the hypotenuse. So AB is the hypotenuse. Now in this modified version of this triangle ABD, the hypotenuse is AB. So I'll write AB, and AB is equal to 15 centimeter in the earlier figure. Okay. Then comes a BD. So this is AB, then BD. This is the missing alphabet. BD is equal to, oh, it's not given to us. So that's okay. Then we'll move on to a base. So DB is our base, sorry. And this AD is our perpendicular. This is our perpendicular and this is our base. Now the same logic applies to this question also. We have to find our perpendicular. In the earlier question, we had solved that we have to find our base, but in this question, we have to find our perpendicular. So all we have to do is we'll assume B as X. So we'll assume our base as X. BD is our base. So this will be X. And this, the whole hypotenuse. So only the side BC is given to us, that is 18 centimeter. Now a note to the viewers that this imaginary line is drawn due to I have assumed that there's a line between this triangle, because in the question it mentions that in triangle ABC and blah blah blah, it mentioned that it is an isosceles triangle. Okay, it is an isosceles triangle. So I have drawn a line in between so that it looks like a right angle triangle, and it is divided into two parts. Now this is one part. So I'll just label the triangle. This is the first part of the triangle ABC. This is the second part. So BD is equal to X. It is not, base is not given to us. So we have assumed it as X. And then BC is given to us. The whole length of this triangle ABC is given to us. That is 18 centimeter. This is X. So therefore, what is the part of side BC which when added to x gives us 18 centimeter. And that is 80 minus x. Because when this is added to x, it gives us 18. So all we have to do is find our perpendicular. So to find a perpendicular, we'll apply a Pythagoras theorem in both of the triangles. Why? Because AD, as mentioned, as we have done in the earlier question, AD is the common side. So if we find the Pythagoras theorem, the perpendicular in both of these triangles, the answer for the perpendicular will come same, but we can assume that all the answers that have come from these both triangles can be written as the first answer perpendicular is equal to the second answer perpendicular. So accordingly, we'll find our first answer perpendicular, and to solve that, we'll apply a Pythagoras theorem. Okay, so what have I done in front of me? All I've done is that to find base in the first part of the triangle ABC, that is in triangle BAD, I wanted to find the base. So I've applied the Pythagoras theorem. So AB whole square is equal to BD whole square. So AB whole square is our hypotenuse, is equal to BD whole square, that is our base whole square, plus AD whole square, that is our perpendicular whole square. So AB whole square, that is our 8 square, is given to us, that is 15 whole square. Then BD whole square is base. Our base is x. So B whole square, BD whole square is equal to x whole square plus AD whole square, P. Now ADP, that AD, that is the perpendicular. And for short form, I'll assume it as P. So P is not given to us, so I'll assume it as AD whole square. Then finally, it leads to the final formula that 15 whole square is equal to 225. So 225 minus x square. How? The RHS x square comes to the LHS and changes its sign as it goes to the RHS from LHS, from RHS to LHS, and it becomes minus x square is equal to. So our final formula will become 225 minus x square is equal to AD whole square. Then in the second part, that is in triangle ADC. In triangle ADC, we have to find the perpendicular also. In this case also, in this situation, in this part of the triangle also, we have to find a perpendicular. In doing so, we'll apply a Pythagoras theorem. AC whole square, that is our hypotenuse whole square, is equal to DC whole square, that is our base whole square, plus AD whole square, that is our perpendicular whole square. So AC is equal to 15. So 15 whole square is equal to B whole square, that is our 18 minus x whole square, plus AD whole square, which is our perpendicular P. And it is not given to us, so we'll assume it as AD whole square. So therefore, the answer comes as 225 because 15 into 15 is 225 minus. Why? Because the RHS 18 minus x came to the LHS and converted from plus to minus, and it became 18 minus 18 minus x whole square is equal to AD whole square. Okay. So what significance have we achieved by this Pythagoras theorem, what we have done? In both parts of the triangle ABC, all we needed was perpendicular, a same aim. The aim was same, to find the perpendicular. And AD was a common side, that was a perpendicular. So can I say if AD whole square is equal to AD whole square, so 225 minus x square is equal to 225 minus 80 minus x whole square. So let's solve this. Okay. So AD whole square is equal to AD whole square. So therefore 225 minus x whole square is equal to 225 minus 18 minus x whole square. So 225 minus x whole square, leave it as it is. So 225 minus in the RHS, 225 minus 80 minus x whole square can also be subdivided into an identity known as a minus b whole square. So a minus b whole square is a square plus b square minus 2ab. So this is the a, this is the b. So a square, that is 18 whole square, is 324 plus b square, that is x, and it is b square, x square minus 2ab, minus 2 into ab. ab is 18 and x, so 2 into 18 is 36 into x, which is 36x, minus 36x. So 225 minus x square is equal to 225 minus and plus is minus, minus and plus is minus, minus and minus is plus, 36x. You open this bracket. So therefore, why have I added the slash? Because once minus x square goes to the RHS and becomes plus x square, so plus x square minus x square is equal to 0. Same happens when minus x square goes to the LHS, and the same phenomena happens. So it becomes 0. So both of these values get cut with each other. And the RHS 225 minus 324 becomes 99. Minus 99 because the greater number has the sign minus. So you'll take minus into consideration. So minus 99 comes to LHS and becomes plus 99. So 225 plus 99 is 324 and all is remaining is 36x. So 324 is equal to 36x. And all we do is 36x. The 36 from the RHS comes to LHS and gets divided by 324. And 36 nines are 324. So therefore, 9 centimeter is equal to 9 centimeter is equal to x. So what have we achieved? X over here is 9 centimeters. If x over here is 9 centimeters, so therefore 18 minus x, x is 9. So 18 minus 9 is also 9 centimeters. So both of these sides are equal. And when we have solved our base, then our next aim is perpendicular. We have to solve perpendicular. So you could choose any one of these triangles and apply the Pythagoras theorem in them. So I'll choose, let's say I'll choose triangle ADC. So let's take triangle ADC. So I'll just rub all of these. Hope you have noted it down. So once I made enough space, so I'll take triangle ADC and with Pythagoras theorem applied to the triangle, I'll find our perpendicular, that is AD. So our Pythagoras theorem goes like this, that 8 square, that is AC whole square, is equal to DC, that is base whole square, plus P square, that is AD whole square. So I'll substitute the values. AC whole square is hypotenuse whole square, that is 15 whole square, is equal to DC whole square, that is our base whole square, that is 9 whole square, plus AD whole square, that is not given to us. Our main aim is to find AD whole square. So 15 whole square is 225 is equal to 9 whole square, which is 81, plus AD whole square. So therefore, 225 minus 81. Why? Because the RHS, the 81 in RHS comes to the LHS and becomes minus, from plus to minus. So 225 minus 81 becomes 144 is equal to AD whole square. And the square in RHS comes to the LHS and becomes root. So root 144 is equal to AD. Therefore, we can write 12 into 12 as 144. So therefore, the whole root of 144 is 12. So 12 centimeters is equal to AD. Now, as I've said before, in both of these triangles, if you calculate the perpendicular, the answer you'll get is same. Because why? Because the AD is the common side between both parts of the same triangle, that is ABC. So once we've calculated our perpendicular AD, that is 12 centimeters, we will calculate cos angle ABC, that is phi. So I'll draw the figure again in which the phi comes to the ground. This is a very weird looking triangle. And our hypotenuse, that is, our hypotenuse is AB. And what is AB? 15 centimeters. So our rest of the labeled part, unlabeled part is D, and it becomes labeled. So DB is equal to X, and we have calculated X as 9. So DB is 9 centimeters. Our 15 centimeters, 9 centimeters, we have applied the Pythagoras theorem. And even though we have not taken this triangle into consideration, we have calculated a Pythagoras theorem for the other part of the triangle, but the answer for the perpendicular will come same in both of these triangles. So I'll assume that the answers come same. So this answer was 12 centimeters. So what cos phi means that with respect to this angle, and it should be to the ground. Yes, it is to the ground. So with respect to angle phi, tell us cos phi, that is base upon hypotenuse. And our base in triangle ADB is 9 upon hypotenuse, that is 15. Both of these numerator and denominator divisible by 3. So 3 3s are 9 and 5 3s are 15. So our final answer is 3 upon 5. So therefore, Therefore, cos ABC, cos angle ABC is equal to 3 upon 5. So we'll move on to our next question, but we'll do our next question in the next part, the next and the final part of trigonometrical ratios. I'll do all of my questions in the next part. So hope you enjoyed this video. Stay home, stay safe. Bye.